feels like. Like, how do you, if you're the dad of one of them, like, what are you like, that's my girl out there, shimmying around.
I mean, I know some, like, my girlfriend's cousins were in the band at Purdue. It's like, Purdue's a pretty good band. And then one of them was like the flag sport.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox, our weekly conversation about all things high school sports. Commissioner, last time we talked, you were on your way to the Section 4 meeting with the National Federation of High School Sports, and that has concluded some very interesting topics, a major impact study on how sports touches a lot of different facets of lives of kids and families and people in communities, among other things. Obviously, these are some best practice type meetings and some very thought-provoking types of circumstances with you and your colleagues.
Yeah, Bob, it's a great meeting. It's one of the ones I look forward to every year. We were in Bloomington, Illinois this time, and our friends at the Illinois Association were great hosts. It's 2 days full of meetings, and we talk about a variety of topics, and you touched on the NFHS Board of Directors have set up goals, and they project those goals to the membership, IHSA, and everybody else in the country. And in our conversations, we talked about a goal of the board is to conduct an impact study of high school sports on student athletes, their schools, and their communities, and the impact that those activities have on all those stakeholders. So it's an interesting discussion. We talked about promotion of broad-based participation for student athletes, the multi-sport athlete, the variety of sports, the reduction of sports specialization and the injuries that associate with it, the burnout and all of those things. We continued our discussion about risk minimization, and both from a practical standpoint but an educational standpoint, and a variety of things that we can continue to do to make our sports safer and more enjoyable for young people. And then finally, one of the biggest topics we talked about and spent a lot of time on it was the welfare of high school football. With all the conversations surrounding concussions and more opportunities for kids to play other sports, there is a declining number of young people playing the sport of football across our country. So there was a good discussion about what do we do to ensure that people have confidence in the game, that parents are assured that their young people are going to be safe, and that the game continues to grow.
Those who are, the numbers are going down in football, are those kids choosing to go to other sports or not be involved at sports at all? I mean, I would think, my grandson as an example, he's a lacrosse player, and I can see where a number of kids in football may, in fact, then change over to lacrosse. Are the overall numbers the same, but football is down because kids have gone someplace else?
It's more the kids are going different places. If you remember, the Federation just released their national study of participation numbers, and for the 29th straight year, participation across all sports, across all states, went up. But what we're seeing is kids are leaving football and going to other places. There's more opportunities now. There are more sports being offered, and subsequently that spreads the student-athlete pool thin. And so we've seen it in our state where schools have added soccer in the last few years.
Right.
They have a football program. Well, you don't have 55 boys playing football now. You've got 35 because you got some playing soccer. And so it stretches schools thin.
Very interesting discussion. The commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox, joining us. Commissioner, I know you and your colleagues continue to talk about these things. Of particular interest to us this weekend is Week 7 of the high school football season. The pairing show for volleyball this weekend. The pairing show for football is next weekend. Paul Condry and I'll be doing that. I can't believe we're this far along.
Well, we are this far along, and we actually have our girls golf state championship this weekend, amazingly. The pairing show Sunday night for volleyball, just a week away from football pairings, the 7th week of football. Cross country's ramping up. Tennis is coming up on sectionals this week. We're very busy, and it's an exciting time to be a high school fan.
I'd like to congratulate you and the staff, too, for having very good weather most of the time this fall. That's a great job. Great job you've done so far.
So good. Well, we had that conversation. We got one more principal meeting left next Monday in Fort Wayne. And unfortunately, we've been telling our membership that our sport revenue was down last year, and it was down because of football. We were down 36% in football because of the weather. And so, anybody out there that's got control over the weather, we certainly take their suggestions and their help. And hopefully in our sectional regionals and semi-state, we'll have great weather.
Thought I was talking to the guy in charge of the weather, but that's for another time. He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Commissioner, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the week.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
Welcome to this week's game. It's the webcast game. It's Newcastle versus Mount Vernon. But before we get started, we have been asked by many emails about coaches and what their thoughts are. And thoughts are about game preparation. And with us is Coach Stratton. He's the offensive coordinator of Heritage Christian School. And Coach, what is the mindset of the coaching staff when you go through the week of practice?
Well, you really want to handle it in two different ways. You really want to look at what your strengths are, and then you want to put those up against, what the defense is doing and maybe what they're leaving open for you to do. You really want to start out with your own foundation. However, when you're looking at your offense, you really want to, make sure that the kids are comfortable doing what they're doing. But then at the same time, you want to look at the defense and, how are they going to defend what you were trying to do. So you really want to look at both of those things.
The offensive game has changed a lot. It's more of a passing game than it ever has been. Why is that, Coach?
Yeah. Well, I think especially at the younger levels, it wasn't that long ago where, the coaches had the mindset of, when you pass, there's only, a couple things that can happen, 3 things that can happen, and 2 of them are bad. I'm sure you've heard that. But now, with all of the developments of the student athlete and how much time they're putting in the off season, I mean, you've got some of these kids that are, you look at the college game right now, you've got, first year, you have true freshmen going in and making a difference. That the student athlete's just evolving, and you're seeing it earlier and earlier, so these kids can actually handle those types of situations.
Do you see that importance of getting their schoolwork done, that helps them get ready for preparation on game day? Do you see that does that still intertwine? And how important is that student aspect of the student athlete?
Sure. I think it's everything. And to be honest with you, I think that, nobody has benefited more from the computers and all the new technology than the student athletes who, they're looking for all the different ways to create more time in their schedule. And I think with all of the, with all the new technology, they're able to take advantage of that and really get their schoolwork done and now have more time to dedicate, to their sport. And even in their sport, there's technology where, we even watch film different, on Huddle and everything like that. So, again, the game has evolved so much to where, obviously the student part of student athlete is first and foremost, but the kids are able to really get that done faster now, which helps them be better football players out on the field.
Coach Stratton is with us. He's the offensive coordinator of Heritage Christian School. A lot of you have written in a request of talking about with the coaches and what they do with the behind the scene. Are kids more open to the coaching staff, and what do you do to minister to those kids during the week?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, being available during the day in the classroom, is huge. So many things in these kids' lives can happen within the time that they're at school. You see them at practice. You see them a good majority of the day. The next time you see them, a few hours later, they've already been through so much. It's just the culture we live in. Being with them as much as possible, I think, is important. And like you said, that draws into the student as, part of it too, where you're there not only as a coach, but you're there for, as much of, their life as you can be.
Coach, we thank you very much for your time. I know that it's a very busy schedule, and we thank you very much, and we'll hear from you again next week as we'll dig into more questions. So if you have questions for Coach, you can send those to us here at Indiana SRN at coach@indianasrn.org. Thank you so much, Coach.
Keith, thanks. It's been great.
Hello and welcome to Fortville, Indiana. Tonight on Indiana SRN's Gamecast our Game of the Week on our webcast pits the Mount Vernon Marauders against the visiting Trojans from Newcastle. Alongside Bill Ludlow, I'm Jonathan Mathis. After 2 consecutive losses, the 3-3 Marauders appear to be on the rise. Last week, Mount Vernon turned to Ryland Cole, and he responded with 151 yards on the ground and a 14-point win over Pendleton Heights. Expect a solid ground attack again this week. The 4-2 Newcastle Trojans like to take flight with an aerial attack led by 1,000-yard passer Drew Barber. This is a big game for the Trojans. They are tied for 3rd in the conference, coming off a loss and with 5A number 1 New Pal looming. It's an important Hoosier Heritage Conference matchup tonight on Indiana SRN. Tonight's game time weather information: it's looking like a beautiful fall evening for the final Friday in September. It's 68 degrees and falling. The wind will swivel from the west to the north as the game progresses at about 4 miles an hour. The sun, already setting, will finally set at 7:30, and we'll be under the lights from about the second quarter on. Great news, the chance of rain is 0. It's football weather, and we've got a good matchup to celebrate it tonight, don't we, Bill?
Boy, don't we ever, Jonathan. You know, you got Mount Vernon and Newcastle, both teams coming in that like to run the spread offense. And then you look at the defensive side. For Newcastle, they like to run a 4-3, where Mount Vernon likes to run a 3-4. We had a great game last week. Jonathan, we've got another doozy tonight here at Mount Vernon.
And we should, and there's definitely some highlights for it if we look at from Newcastle for starters. Coming in with the Trojans, they had a prolific passing attack last year, and they've got a good quarterback to lead the offense this year.
Yeah, they got the young man, Drew Barber, is the quarterback this year, and you've already alluded to it about how he's over 1,000 yards passing with 16 touchdowns. And Jonathan, an important thing here, only 1 interception.
And that interception came last week. He went the whole season without throwing one, Bill. What happened? He dropped the ball.
Well, he wanted to throw it before we got on, the webcast tonight.
Indeed, 2 total interceptions for the team. Their backup quarterback came in earlier this year and threw 1 just to balance it out. But they don't turn it over much, Bill. And someone that helps them is a great wide receiver, do everything, kick returner, Luke Bumble.
A game, and he's got 4 touchdowns. Then you look on the other side, the receiving end on 6 games, 35 receptions, 477 yards, 13.6 average, and 8 touchdowns, Jonathan.
Something I think is interesting about those great numbers that Bumbelow has is 200 of his rushing yards all came in one game, which is also when their other running back, Gage Burke, had his 100-yard game, and that was after their other loss of the year.
Yeah, and they, and both of them, and Burke also rushing for 4 touchdowns. So as a team, they are rushing for 10 touchdowns, receiving 16.
Their opponent, the host, the Mount Vernon Marauders, it's senior night, and they are led by a senior at quarterback,
yards, 16.7 average, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His longest, a 63-yarder, Jonathan.
Not bad. They like to chuck it deep. They've got longs of 63, 54, 52, 46. They like to spread it around. Someone, Bill, they're not going to be able to spread it to is Dylan Cole, but his brother's not bad either.
He's carried it 99 times for 421 yards and 3 touchdowns. He might be out 1 more week and then he'll bounce back. But what a good time to get Dylan back as we get prepared for the sectional coming up in a few weeks.
And it is a tough sectional. If you look at sectional 22, last year won by Greenwood. Mooresville was the runner-up. They've got 2 5-1 teams. One team we know is very good. We've seen them twice. Beech Grove.
Yes.
Mooresville still 5-1, but this is a big game, not only in the sectional but in the conference.
Yeah, this is a conference game, and you're off the field, everybody gets along, but on the field, it's like, okay, we're battling out, and we're ready for football,
I like in the Hoosier Heritage Conference, you still have some of those old rivalries. We were talking one over before the game.
I think no matter what you've got throughout the state of Indiana, you've always got the rivalries, and I can name a few, but we'll just leave it at that.
Some other games, not necessarily rivals here in Indiana SRN. We got a great family of networks. Some other games we're covering tonight. Cardinal Ritters on the road at Beech Grove, who we just talked about. McCutcheon visiting Harrison. Harrison's been on the rise, Bill.
Yes.
Southport's on the road at Terre Haute North. Shortridge at Covenant Christian, an excellent 6-0 team. Heritage Christian on the road at LaPel. And then Rock Academy at undefeated Traders Point. So those are some games we'll be watching. We'll be watching especially for our next week's game. And to get a better flavor for not only just the whole shebang, let's go down to our Burtner Electric sideline reporter, Keith Myers. How's it going?
Thanks, guys. What a great day. Senior night here at Mount Vernon. After they get down here, fall break. It's going to be a great game. Mount Vernon, glad you guys are on top. Going to have lots of guests in between quarters. Great guests at halftime. Should be a great game. The only thing, I didn't get my nachos. Please send nachos. Back to you guys.
We'll work right on that, Keith. And this gets us set for, as we see the band just kind of finishing up. Bill, what are some keys that you're expecting for both teams tonight, starting with the visitors, the 4-2 Trojans?
Your strength is your passing. You've got to, continue that and, just rely, maybe mix it up a little bit, throw some, rushes in there also to keep Mount Vernon, off balance. Then you flip the coin, you go over to Mount Vernon's side. We know that they like to run the ball, and with Dylan out, Ryland has picked up where Dylan left off, so to speak, and they've got to continue to rely on Ryland tonight, and maybe throw some passes themselves with Tyson Harley in there at the quarterback. You look at these two teams, Newcastle home, they are 2-2, away they are 2-0. Mount Vernon at home, they are 1-2, 2-1 on the road.
Something that's kind of interesting, Bill, and we've seen this in most of our games, is if you look at who's projected to win in the John Harrell website, they have Mount Vernon favored by 10, but we see different projections around the board. What is it? It seems Indiana football, we're always just up for grabs on who's the actual favorite.
You and I being in the media, we look at stats all week long, and we like, okay, it's going to this team. But, when it comes down to playing football, playing the game, it's up to the young men that are out there, and it all depends on how well they execute their plays, whether they come out on top.
It's going to be interesting also with kind of the defense. It's going to be also interesting with the defenses of they both give up yards, and that's kind of the negative side to this whole game. But what I'm trying to get at, Bill, is it looks like both offenses are going to be able to be successful.
Yeah, you look at some of the, on the rushing side for Newcastle, they're averaging 144, Mount Vernon 157. Passing for Newcastle 198, 163 for Mount Vernon. Jonathan, we got the ball teed up, buddy. We are ready to rock and roll here at Mount Vernon High School.
We are indeed. That's A.J. Swingle getting ready to blast it into the night. The soon night. We're still at sunset here after the long senior night festivities. Luke Bumbelow is back to return the kick. He had, Bill, get this, a 70-yarder earlier this year. I don't know if he's going to do that in this very first play.
I don't know. Anything's possible here at Indiana with high school football.
And we're underway from Fortville and Mount Vernon High School. Bumbalau will field it inside his own 5. A little hesitation, Le'Veon Bell style, and it breaks him free.
Penalty flag coming in.
And Bill's right. Not going to get too excited. He did get it close to midfield, though.
So it may go against Newcastle. And that's going to negate that big run back by Bumbalau.
Mount Vernon will start further back in their own territory. We'll get the starters for you momentarily. This is an interesting first year here at Mount Vernon for head coach Mike Kirshner, someone that Bill and I spoke to before the game, and he had an interesting first game of the year. Bill, he had a very familiar coach on the other sideline at Hamilton Heights.
Yeah, it was his son. I can't recall his first name, but it was Kirshner's son on the other sideline. So that'll make for some interesting conversation at Thanksgiving time.
It will indeed. Drew Barber back at the quarterback, standing on his own 3-yard line. Will quickly throw, is tipped and almost intercepted. Look at that.
It looks like it might have been P.J. Starrett in there, almost picked that off.
So they'll bring up 2nd and long. P.J. Starrett, one of the brilliant players on this team for Mount Vernon. At times an aggressive defense. Barber will run on the draw. Gets it across the 15. He's short of the first down. Sliding, bringing up 3rd down.
So Barber, we've seen him, on film this week where, he can also run with the football. He's got an open backfield now, Jonathan.
All right, 3rd and manageable, very manageable. Some would call it short. Got the 3 receivers to the bottom of his screen. Tristan Cheshire is at the nearest to the sideline to the referee. Barber looks over the middle, completes it. It's going to be for a first down to Titus Raggle. Moving the chains. That might be one way to do it, Bill. Spread it out, cut up the middle of the field.
Well, that's what you got to do. With your spread offense, you got opportunities either way.
1st and 10. Barber trying to check this one down, but throws it a little short, and a flag, a second hanky of the game, finds its way onto the field.
So we'll check the penalty down on the field.
You're saying something.
And here comes call roughing. Oh no, it's against Newcastle. Chop block is what they're saying.
A chop block called against the Trojans.
So that'll bring up we'll just play that first down all over again.
Kind of like the old movie Groundhog Day. We'll do it all over again, right?
Right. Ball marked on the 10-yard line. A little over a minute and a half gone here in this opening quarter.
Barber's only 5'8", short quarterback in there.
Looking to throw and blanketed by the Marauder defense. No flags flying for Ragel.
Cole Snyder was in there, and I think he's the one that batted that one away.
Here comes the starters for Newcastle. Or maybe not.
Got 5 men in the box on this one.
Here's Barber airing this one out down the sideline and completes it, I believe, to Cheshire, and it is. It'll be a 3rd and short. Nice pitch and catch from Barber to the senior. Here's the starters. Drew Barber on the far left. Tremendous quarterback. Gage Burke, the leading rusher. They got two dangerous receivers, Bumbelow and Cheshire, who you just saw reel that one in. Titus Regal, they go to him a lot. The Newcastle Trojans.
Trying to pull up a mismatch here as they bring the receivers back to the left side.
Isolated at the top is Luke Bumbelow. 35 catches so far this year. 477 yards. They don't need to worry about him. That's Gage Burke for the first down. Moving the chains yet again.
That's their second first down on this drive and their seventh play of the drive.
There's the Mount Vernon defense. Trenton Williams, Dylan Beck, Steven Spears, DeRay Ford. One of the main players for him. And this snap's over his head. Barber will be able to not get on it. I think Mount Vernon has it. Nope.
Starrett, P.J. Starrett had it, and it slipped out of his hands and walked right into Barber.
So that'll bring up a very, very, very long second down.
At the 23-yard line.
Second and 21. 24 is what the scoreboard says. Bumbelow again wide to the top. 5 receivers. Barber looks his way and overthrows him. Third and, we'll try it again, but on third down.
There's a nice coverage there by number 25, Rylan Cole of Mount Vernon. So you see that he's looking for Bumbelow. He's not looked to the left side to the trip receivers, Jonathan. He's relying on the big guy.
The receiver at the very bottom of your screen is Cooper Roosh. They're throwing it to him. He has it, but it's broken up. A nice play by Ashton Lewis, the junior cornerback. And there's our first fourth down of the game. The normal punter for Newcastle is Gage Burke, a senior. The normal running back, and he's back yet again. To return the kick for the Marauders is Rylan Cole. We're expecting to see him get a lot of carries, maybe even just the next play. He's going to chase Cole back a little bit. He's got some running room if he can work with it. Gets it close to the 40 and maybe to the 41, just across it. And that is where the Marauders will start. A strong rushing attack. We won't see Dylan Cole. He's one carry short of 100 for the year. But Rylan Cole had himself a game last week, Bill Ludlow. 151 yards on the ground.
151 yards and I believe 2 touchdowns.
Here is that offense. Tyson Harley, the quarterback, senior. Then Rylan Cole filling in for his brother. There are multiple Coles. We were talking with Coach Kirshner before the game, and we believe that the Marauders lead the state in having people named Cole, whether in first name or last name. There is another wide receiver, Cam Cole, of no relation to Dylan and Rylan. This pass to Brixton Tretipio. Easy for me to say. First down for the Marauders.
Tritipo. So just like that, they get out and they pick up a big first down on their first drive of the night.
9:17 to go here in this opening quarter. Harley in the pistol with Cole behind him. He will hand it off right up the A gap and got a yard before being corralled.
Well, he's still being pushed, but yeah, they're going to give him a yard on that one. So on that drive by Newcastle, they went 7 pass plays, 2 rushes. They did pick up 2 first downs on that drive.
Second down. Here is Rylan Cole, and he fell down. The turf monster got him at the 45. As we check out the Newcastle defense, DeRay Ford, look out for him. This team accounts for 88.5 sacks on the season. The main one is Trenton Williams. He leads the team with 3.5. Dylan Beck, the first linebacker on the left, he has 3. 3rd and 9. Harley will keep it and firing and completes it for a first down across the 35-yard line to Braxton Tritipo.
It's a nice route run there by Braxton. As Harley rolled out from the pocket, was able to find him. He got the separation between his defender, Tritipo did, in order for Harley to connect on that.
The receiver at the bottom of your screen is Cam Cole. This is Rylan Cole. No relation. A good run down the sideline for about 8 yards.
Harley just handed off to him. He bounced it out to that right side. Got some good blocking on that corner out there. Brings up a second down. A good, manageable second down right here.
Wide to the top is Darrell Jackson, a senior. A tight end to look out for. Max Burren is second on the team in receptions with 11 entering tonight. He is on the near side of the offensive line, number 81. Moving well, the Marauders give it to who else? Rylan Cole. He almost dropped it.
He did.
But he does get a first down nevertheless across the 25-yard line.
You're talking about Darrell Jackson over there for the Marauders. And, he is the X-receiver. When you're labeled the X-receiver, you're the number one receiver for the quarterback if you're open and if they throw it.
Will they throw it here? No, they won't. Nice move by Rylan Cole across the 20 and diving to the 15.
Rylan did an excellent job of, the defender had him wrapped up. And this is something that gets me, Jonathan. If you've got him stopped, grab the legs. You grab your legs, you can't run anywhere.
It's a whole fresh, 2nd and 4 for Mount Vernon. Harley looking to throw. Quick hitter out to the boundary, trying to cut it back in, but wrestled down. Dylan Beck was there with 6 minutes left here in the opening quarter.
A loss of 1 maybe on the play. 3 first downs on this drive, and this is coming up is their 9th play of this drive.
Tritipo checks out. Cam Cole checks in. He's the near receiver at the bottom of your screen. Harley will keep it. In trouble. Will throw it while getting hit. It was caught at the 15, and that will set up maybe a field goal opportunity.
Max Burheen was the receiver over there, made the completion. It's going to bring up 4th down. Looks like the offense for Mount Vernon staying on the field, Jonathan.
It does look like it. Might as well. They have been moving the ball very well. They only have 3 yards to go, Bill. Strong rushing unit. Newcastle crowds the box. Give it to Rylan. It's working so far to the 10-yard line.
I think he did get the first down.
So a fresh set of downs working from the 10. A long 1st and goal.
That's their 4th first down during this drive. Coming up is the 11th play of this drive as we approach the 4:50 mark here in the first quarter.
43 yards already for Rylan Cole. Harley looking to the end zone. Barron!
Oh,
he's out of bounds.
Max Burheen was the intended receiver. Max is 6'5", 200 pounds. And Harley just threw it up there. If he had some more real estate, he would have come down with it.
A little bit too high. Just landing a tad out of bounds. 2nd and 10 from the 10. Have to get a touchdown. No first downs anymore. Cole back in the backfield. Rylan, that is, with Harley. He'll keep it. Harley, if he can elude him, has running room, but doesn't get much.
Here's something about Harley. He took the ball himself. He went to the left, thought about bouncing it outside. I think if he would have continued to bounce it outside, he would have had a touchdown, but then he brought it back inside.
It did look like there was a lot of space out there for him, but he passed it up and tried to just pierce the defense, and it did not work. 3rd and goal from the 10. And we're going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Mount Vernon.
We'll be back in a second here on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
So we're sitting here with the man, Tom Morales. If you want to build culture and grow your business the right way, take a page out of his playbook. You know, Tom's best strength is his ability to be available as a leader. And so I wanted to show you kind of his day-to-day as he walks the floor here at Morales Group.
But I also want them to understand that I'm never not there for them. For the company is a person we call our janitor. And so when we held them in that level of high esteem and stuff, I think they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Thanks to Ray Marketing for underwriting this sports program on IndianaSRN.org. You can contact Jess at 317-782-0904. Need a uniform, silk screening, even banners? Contact Ray. He's your man, Ray Marketing, 317-782-0904. Or online at raymarketing.com.
Quick recap. Welcome back, everybody. Harley went for it on 3rd down and was stopped short. So here comes the field goal attempt by A.J. Swingle. He is 1 for 2 on the year. He's got the lefty southpaw here. Kicks it up and through. It's good. And so it's 3-0 Mount Vernon on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons, not just a man.
Welcome back, everybody. 3-0 Mount Vernon leads the visitors from Newcastle in a conference rivalry matchup, the Hoosier Heritage Conference, both firmly in the middle and both getting ready for this to restart the game. Final Friday of September. Bill, it doesn't even seem possible.
Hard to believe that we're winding down here.
And this is not a great kick, a little short one, and the return is just fine. Close to the 40, down at the 39. Here's the replay of it. This is the field goal. Look at a great angle shot by Riley Thomason.
And the left-footed kicker there for Mount Vernon.
And now he is 2 for 3 right there. So it is 1st and 10 for Newcastle. James Thompson is one of the near side receivers. Wide to the top is Bumbelow, who doesn't have any catches yet, the leading receiver, the leading yard gainer. He's about 20 short of 1,000 on the season. This pass is lofted way deep, and some miscommunication evidently between Drew Barber and Tristan Cheshire. And that brings up an incompletion.
So in that drive that Mount Vernon had, they got the ball at the 9:28 mark and 3:23 to go in the first quarter, and Swingle puts it through. So ate up a good portion of that clock in that first quarter.
Near to you is Thompson, Cheshire, and Regal. Bumbelow wide to the top. Barber firing, the pass is tipped and almost intercepted. Ashton Lewis almost picked it off.
Well, that's 2 now for Mount Vernon that they almost come up with interception on Barber, who's only thrown 1 so far this year.
He's challenging to double those numbers, Bill. He might not have it out of his system yet, as you were proposing earlier. Well, 3:09 left here in this opening quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. And all white, Mount Vernon all black.
4 in the box.
Here's Bumbelow, but it's off his hands and shin. Maybe he took his eyes off it a little bit, but it's going to force the second punt of the game for the Trojans.
So 3 plays and a punt again for Newcastle.
Gage Burke back to punt. Cam Cole back to receive this kick. You see him there staying all lonely by the 25-yard line. .303 left in the first quarter. He gets away barely. Cole will field it, stumble into the arms of a Trojan defender. James Thompson swarmed him, a senior. And that is where Mount Vernon will take over.
2 minutes, 56 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
That first drive, Bill, Rylan Cole, 43 yards on 6 carries. Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. And of those 6 carries, they had a total, I got them for 7 rushes. He took most of them.
He did. He took all. He took basically all but 1. Here's a handoff to Rylan. He's going to get a lot more than those 43. He about cut the yardage needed in half.
He cut it right up the middle, and like Jonathan mentioned earlier, he hit the A gap and get another block. He's going to the house.
2nd and 5. Harley completes it, and it's running room. Ushered out of bounds is Burren across midfield. Mason Hardwick was there on the tackle. So was Trenton Williams. Colin Holcomb was there too. But a great pitch and catch for the Marauders.
Picks up an all-important first down with 2:24 to go here, first quarter.
Here's a handoff, and Cole just falls down.
Well, that turf monster,
it's
got him twice tonight.
It has. You know, you would think it'd be too warm for any slick spots of ice on the field, but evidently not. Once again, Bill Ludlow, a perfectly manicured lawn to be playing some football on.
Yeah, we talked to the cross-country coach when we got here. He said he took real good care of, he did a good job on watering the field tonight, or this afternoon.
Jackson is the near receiver. Burren wide to the top. They give it to Cole. He runs that way to the top. A flag flies as he gets it across the 40. Mason Hardwick was there on the stop.
I think it's going to be holding on the Marauders. It's coming back.
Yep, it is. A wonderful revelation by Rudy Combs, our referee for the evening. He is joined by Ron Howe, Mark Messick, Gilly Geierbach, and Ted Donor. With 1:44
So you
to
say
go.
the referee's first name's Rudy. We can go Rudy.
We should.
Rudy.
It's a big game this weekend for the Irish, playing Stanford, 7:30
at home.
on NBC.
At home.
I know someone who will be in attendance. Second and 23 is what it says on the scoreboard. There'll be a handoff. No, it won't.
Got
fake
it wide
throw,
open.
and it's complete to Darrell Jackson, and he's got a good gain to the 35-yard line before being stopped by Gavin Ridge.
Darrell Jackson, and we talked about him as being the number one receiver, the X receiver, and Harley just found him. And Jonathan, there was nobody around him when he caught that pass.
No, Mount Vernon's looking like the great aerial team is. Here's just a dive right up the gut by Harley, and it's a good gain for another first down.
And you know what? Mount Vernon's got a 3-0 lead, and they're doing what they want to do. They've got a lead. They want to chew up this clock, which they've controlled this whole first quarter basically.
So here another 1st and 10 with 40 seconds to go. A quick throw and a catch for a great first down. Braxton Tritipo.
Tritipo is the H receiver, and he just come off the line. Jonathan ran an angle route, and Harley was able to hit him.
Hand off to Cole. Ryland gets it across the 10, where he's tackled by Dylan Beck, a sophomore, one of the leading tacklers for Newcastle. And that will do it for this first quarter. Mount Vernon's been moving it through the air, and they lead 3-0 here in Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Boron Homes is proud to present Briar Creek. Beautifully landscaped and maintained, today's manufactured homes provide durable, state-of-the-art housing at prices you can afford. Enjoy the tax benefits of owning, including lower property taxes, combined with easy maintenance of renting. Briar Creek, it's truly unique. The only 55-plus manufactured home neighborhood in the Indianapolis area. Located just east of I-465 on Pendleton Pike, near Fort Harrison State Park. Visit Briar Creek today.
At Auto Express, we offer friendly customer service, exceptional work, and fair pricing. Customer loyalty and confidence are important to us. When our customers have questions, we are ready with answers. We're open weekdays 8 to 6 and Saturday 8 to 3. Come visit Auto Express at 9065 East Pendleton Pike, just east of Post Road, or call 317-897-6618. Auto Express, we're here for your auto repair and maintenance needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter. Mount Vernon leads 3-0, and they are threatening to extend that lead. 2nd and 6 from inside the 10. They can't get a first down. They need to get it just across the 4-yard line. But Tyson Harley and Ryland Cole, and here's Braxton Tritipo. I think he's in. Maybe. Yes.
Yes, touchdown Tritipo.
And Bill, we're just seeing the Marauders are doing anything they want with the ball.
Yeah, they're having their time with this Newcastle defense, doing whatever they want to do here. Scoring the first touchdown is.
And they're going to run it, but Harley dropped it, and now he's going to be swarmed and tackled by everyone. So it will stay 9-0. And we're going to keep it right here. Bill Ludlow, this is. I think you could say it's unexpected, seeing Mount Vernon take flight as much as they are. Now, we were expecting Ryland Cole to have a good game on the ground, and he has done that.
Right.
But the passing attack has been on point.
Yeah, this is something that I wasn't, I knew they could pass, but I didn't think they would, dominate like they have in the first quarter and even into the start of the second here.
Main targets, Tritipo has 2 catches. Byrne has 2. Jackson had the big one, the 21-yarder on his first catch of the game. It's working out very well for Mount Vernon, and Newcastle needs to respond quickly. Otherwise, this might be looking like it can get out of hand.
Well, we had something similar last week, and it ended up being a 2-point victory for the Warriors of Covenant Christian. But these are 2 totally different teams, both 4A ball clubs. And we'll see if Kyle York will open it up once they get the ball on this kickoff.
Little pooch kick fielded by Lance Nicholson. He's still going before being wrestled down at the 43-yard line. Here's the replay of the touchdown. Like the calm discussion. There's your main man, Tridipo.
You put him in motion in the jet sweep.
Taking a quick check at the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Some big Central Indiana games. Avon leads Westfield 20-10. Ben Davis Carmel are tied at 7. Here's Gage Buck. Gets it across the 45. A gain of about 5, maybe 4. Nice first down play, but that hasn't been hurting Newcastle. They just haven't been able to get a sustained drive so far yet.
Not been able to put anything together. We'll see if they do on this drive here.
Barber, and that's going to help him. Somebody jumped. Connor Price took out his vengeance on one of the Trojans. And it's against him. That one was pretty obvious.
So now it's going to bring up a second and very good, manageable second down here for the Trojans in Newcastle.
Wide to the bottom is James Thompson. Bumbalow's in the slot. Titus Regal is in the far slot, standing on the hash mark. Barber looking their way. And here we go. 2nd and 1. Airing it out, down the sideline.
Got him.
Looking for it all. Boom, get away. Another great play by Ashton Lewis.
Ashton Lewis just got there, and, he turned around, and when the receiver looked up, Lewis came down and knocked it away.
That was Tristan Cheshire, the senior. Came into the game with 20 catches. He now has 21 on the season. 3rd and 1. Cheshire is on the right side near you, along with James Thompson. Here's the snap. Rolling left. Still rolling. Firing. And a first down. And we'll keep it here for a second. Let's catch up with our sideline reporter. Burtner Electric bringing you Coach Keith Myers.
With us now is with Brandon Ecker. He's director at Mount Vernon High School. A lot of things going on this fall for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a busy fall for us. Obviously, things are going pretty well.
Volleyball team plays in sectionals in a couple weeks. Had a great year, 19-5.
Yeah, and they keep it rolling. They have the Bishop Chatard tournament coming up next Saturday, but they got a busy week next week. We got senior night on Monday against Shenandoah. They're on the road on Tuesday to Noblesville. Then they finish the season at New Pal, which is a big conference matchup for us.
And this guy goes on fall break next week, but there's no fall break for you, is there?
No, not much. Actually, Monday through Saturday we're here, and then the following week it's about everything. Again, we're hosting sectional for soccer. We have a busy slate.
Thanks for letting SRN be in here tonight.
Absolutely, happy to have you.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Coach. It is 2nd and 6 now after a completion to Nick Greaser. Hand off to Burke. He's got a lot of running room to the far sideline. Has a first down across the 35. And there, the rushing attack for the Trojans began to show up a little bit, Bill.
Now, we thought Newcastle would be the team to throw it and Mount Vernon to run. Now it's Newcastle running, Mount Vernon passing, so, you pick whatever you want here,
We've got a little bit of bizarro football going on. They flipped scripts. And it's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Blitz shown. Barber floats it down the sideline. And that one's caught by Cheshire. And a flag's flying in.
Tristan Cheshire.
For the moment, with his 2nd catch of the game.
They might get Mount Vernon. Pass interference on Mount Vernon.
They're moving the chains. Yeah, it's against Mount Vernon. So the play will stand. A nice pitch and catch from Barber to Cheshire. They tried that earlier this drive, Bill, and this time it worked out.
1st and goal for the Trojans
Yeah, the defender for Mount Vernon, Chesser, just got him, I'd say, discombobulated a little bit, and Barber was able to hit him.
So Thompson, Greaser, and Bumbelow are near you. Regal's in the far slot. Cheshire's wide to the top. Barber looks to Bumbelow, who has it inside the 5 to about the 1. Cole Schneider's on the tackle, who is one of the many, many seniors honored before this game.
What they had like 19 seniors on this Mount Vernon ball club.
And that doesn't include the cheerleaders, the dance team, the band, who are all honored. Senior night. Barber looking to celebrate it, but his receiver wasn't ready.
Knocked away.
Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and goal.
Definitely got to be 4-down territory for Newcastle here if you don't make it here on this one.
And anything, Bill, you'd put the Marauders in terrible field position if you don't get it. We see Gage Burke in here for running back. Greaser, Regal, Cheshire wide to the right. Bumbelow isolated to the top. Mount Vernon has defended him very well so far. Quick hitter, incomplete. He was looking to Titus Regal. And now 4th down. We'll see, Bill.
Doesn't
looks like, well, here comes a little changeroo.
Of course, we had a punt last week we thought was going to be a punt. Ended up going for a pass and a 1st down.
You're right, yeah. That was the biggest pass play of the game for the first half.
So I think Coach York just, like, we're down here close. Let's get some points on the board. It's late in the second quarter.
Big-time soccer player, Skylar Stevenson. We'll touch on him later as this kick is up. And good, his first field goal of the year. And that makes it 9-3 in favor of Mount Vernon here on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Trouble sleeping? Feeling anxious? Easily distracted? Or just looking to perform at the top of your game? NeuroGroove can help. NeuroGroove uses advanced neurotechnology that offers training to the brain, enabling it to function at its best. Training is absolutely effortless. You can relax, close your eyes, and even zone out if you want. To set up an appointment or to learn how NeuroGroove can help, call 317-897-9990. Ask about our 20-session guarantee. Have you trained your brain today?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Jonathan Mathis. Bill Ludlow's alongside me. 9-3 the score. Back to receive this kick is Keegan LaBelle and Braxton Tretipo.
Tretipo.
Thank you, Bill. I'll get it right.
Tretipo.
I'll get it right.
I know. The first time I saw it, it's like, what, you know.
Oh, my bad. I apologize to all of his family watching. And here we go. LaBelle will field it on a hop, and he has some running room across the 30, thrown down at the 33-yard line. Tackle was by Derek Aminette, and here's the replay of the field goal. Skylar Stevenson, good soccer player. He's played the 7th most minutes for the Trojan team with 4 goals and 3 assists. Not bad. 8:17 to go here in the second quarter. In motion is Tritipo. It'll be to him, and here comes the double reverse looking for the throw. Airing it out, Sean Shipley. Man downfield, first down.
Did a little razzle-dazzle there with that one, Jonathan. Tritipo to Shipley, who's the backup quarterback, and then Shipley found his receiver downfield and picked up a big first down for Mount Vernon.
But there is a flag on the field.
Oh, ineligible man downfield, is that what it was?
P.J. Sterrett was the one who caught it. It was fun while it lasted.
So that will negate that big throw by Sean Shipley.
And that was like the super duper version of the Philly special.
Coach Doug Peterson of the Philadelphia Eagles, he pulled that during the Super Bowl and the playoffs, and now everybody's getting on board with that.
And a Newcastle player shows blitz.
They got about 6 men in the box up there.
On 1st and 15. Wide open! Darrell Jackson! And wrapped up and dropped on the other side of the 40. Gavin Ridge was there. A nice read option play build and nets him a bunch.
It did, and it gets him across the midfield stripe, and a nice route ran by Darrell Jackson, the main receiver for this Mount Vernon Marauder Ball Club.
And here we go on 1st and 10, fresh set of downs, looking down the sideline. Incomplete for Rylan Cole. Mason Hardwick was there to break it up.
Harley was close to that scrimmage line, but he was stayed back enough just to air that ball out.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10 with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the second quarter. Mount Vernon, like the entire game so far, moving the ball well. Cam Cole wide to the top, Jackson wide to the bottom. They go to Jackson. Why not? And he goes right through the safeties. Touchdown, Marauders!
Oh, wow. Jackson ran that little slant route. Harley found him, and like Jonathan said, he split the safety and took it to the house.
15-3. That is Jackson's 4th touchdown of the year. He leads the team in that department. And here comes the very fun, unique swinging gate formation. The 1 center, the 2 receivers stacked at the top. Tritipo catches it with a bunch of blockers around him, and that did not work one bit. And on that note, we're going to head to the commercial break. Mount Vernon leads 15-3 on Indiana SRN. We are always in the game.
Today's game is brought to you by Shin Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shin Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shintechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Time was that great opportunities came to me, but first I needed to prepare for the greatness that awaited me. So I asked and became a Freemason. The rest is history. For me, the time has passed. For you, time is. Time to prepare for greatness if it's in you. Now, you may listen to me or not, but Freemasonry has been preparing great men since our country's founding. So do you have greatness in you? Ask.
MillersvilleLodge.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Jonathan Mathis, Bill Ludlow, Mount Vernon putting on a show. 15-3 they lead. There's 7 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the second quarter.
3-play drive on that one for Mount Vernon. Two big pass plays.
Bumbalau back to receive it, but they're going to keep it away from him. Once again, go to Nicholson, who fields it on the hop and gets it to the 40, and that is where he will start. Here's the replay of the last touchdown, and man, it was a beauty.
You know, Jackson running his route, just running that slant route. There it is. Makes the catch, splits the safety, all the way to the touchdown.
Bumbalau is in the slot to the top. They haven't been able to get it to him very much. Handoff up the middle, a lot of running room. Still going across the 45 to the 42, Gage Burke. That'll be a 1st and 10, new set of downs, 41. Hey, Bill Ludlow, do we have a little trivia question for our winner, for our folks?
Yeah, let's wait this play, and then we'll give it to him.
And Gage Burke will get another solid run.
State championship. We're looking for the team and the year. Bennett was our winner. Did a great job, guys.
That was very kind. Thanks for treating Bill well. That's nice. Who do we have a?
Well, it was my birthday, so you know
they had to. They had to treat you well.
I'm 39 again.
Consistently. How many years is that now, Bill? Here's Barber looking. He'll pump it and flip it, and Bubba allows it intercepted. It is
intercepted. There's what is that? That's his second tonight.
Or second interception of the year, definitely.
Looks like Ryland Cole might have intercepted that one.
It was Ryland Cole, his second interception of the year. A lot of twos here. And Barber, that he was aiming for Bumbelow, and it wasn't able to reel it in. And at this little change of pace, let's check the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Big game in Southern Indiana. Heritage Hills leads Southridge 7-0. Another big one, Bill, check this out. In Evansville, Memorial and Central, who we both saw, they are tied at nothing as their game has just begun. Harley over the middle and missing. I'll bring up 2nd and 10. Further games. In Fort Wayne, Bishop Dwenger leads Bishop Lures 15-0. Cecina is leading Triton Central 13-0. South Bend St. Joe over Mishawaka 14-7. And unfortunately, Brownsburg leads Zionsville 28-10. Ryland Cole tried to juke past the defenders and wasn't able to, getting it to the 28-yard line. Gain of about 3.
You know, if Mount Vernon continues to dominate here in the second quarter, eat up a lot of that clock, Jonathan, they get the ball to start the second half.
And that could be big, an opportunity to double up. Jackson with 3 catches for 97 yards is at the bottom of your screen on the 30-yard line. Harley looks towards him. We'll fire it underneath to Burren, though, and it's going to be short of a first down. Bring up about 3rd and 3. Greaser was able to get the stop. 6 minutes to go. Check that 4th and 2. And Mount Vernon will punt Joel Ratliff for the first time tonight. He's averaging 32 yards, which isn't half bad for high school.
We think he's going to punt, right?
We never know, Bill. We always are ready. And we won't punt. It's going to be the up back, and they probably should have. Braden Miller was there to stop him. And the Trojans were all ready for it, just like we were, Bill Ludlow.
And they turned it over on downs, our first turnover on downs of the night. And Newcastle starting in good field position, probably for the first time tonight.
And they do. They're in great spot. They got a field goal last time they're on this side of the field. And they need more. The far receivers nearest to you is Thompson. The one furthest away is Cheshire. They went on a go route to him twice. One was successful. They're going to give it to Gage Burke, though, and he's going to meet a solid line of Marauders, bringing up 2nd and long.
So Gage Burke is for Newcastle. He's 5'10", 160-pound senior.
He's got 40 carries on the night so far, and that was his 6th. 2nd and 10.
Defense is moving around a little bit. They're coming through with a blitz, and
Barber was able to keep it before getting tackled by 2 players. Seth Gillen, a senior, one of the leading players on this defense. He's one of the 3 Marauders with an interception. You saw Ryland get his 2nd one earlier. Thompson, Regal, Cheshire to the right, Bumbelow to the left. Barber, the quick hitter. This one is popped up off the gloves of Regal. Incomplete. Seth Gillen was there to force that incompletion. And it brings up a 4th down, and no doubt here the Trojans are going.
Fourth and about, they got about 4 yards to go there, Jonathan. So, you got to be in 4-down territory here.
Cheshire and Bumbelow are wide to the top. Barber looks their way. Will throw it to his main man, Luke Bumbelow.
Bumbelow adds to his totals on touchdown receptions.
Overall, that is his 13th of the year. They haven't really been able to get it to him much, but there's 23 very important yards, Bill.
Where Bumbelow's lined up, he ran, a little slant route. Barber was able to hit him, and kind of like Jackson, he split the defenders and took it to the end zone.
Skylar Stevenson now looking to make it a 5-point game. It's up. It looks good. It is good. Mount Vernon 15, Newcastle 10. On Indiana SRN, we are always in the game.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Welcome back to the second quarter, everyone. 4:06 to go here in this first half, and Newcastle with reinvigorated after their first touchdown of the game. It is a 1-possession game. Mount Vernon leading by 5. This kick will go deep, and Keegan LaBelle will field it with running room. He has a blocker. He's moving towards his right. Can he run through men? No, down at the 50.
One more block, and I believe it was the kicker that brought him down.
Here's the replay of Luke Bumbelow. No, this is earlier. That's the interception. And that was a huge play. That stalled a lot of Newcastle's momentum earlier in the quarter. Darrell Jackson is wide to the bottom. Having a great night for the Marauders. They're going to give it to Ryland Cole, also having a great night, and you see why as he gets about 8 yards on that play. Wrapped up by Colin Holcomb, and here's another replay. This is the pass from Barber to Bumbelow.
It's down there in that seam area, and Nice catch.
Hand off to Rylan Cole on first down. On the stop was Braden Miller and Nicholas Greaser.
Well, it looked like it was going to be all Mount Vernon here in this first half, and then Newcastle has, like Jonathan said, come alive.
First down, Mount Vernon.
And another first down for Mount Vernon. They have yet to really stop Rylan Cole. That was his 12th carry for 62 yards here in the first half, picking up where his brother left off. Updates from our Indiana SRN family of networks. Harrison leads 10-0 over McCutcheon at the half. Flag blown. Lapel leading Heritage Christian 14-0.
Looks like somebody moved on that offensive line of Mount Vernon. They'll back them up 5 yards. Back them up to the Newcastle 45.
With 2 minutes 56 seconds to go.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Jackson and Byrne are near us. In the formation, Rylan Cole dutifully finds himself at running back.
Still first down.
Tridipo wide to the top. Hartley. Tridipo's wide open. Inside the 20 to the 16.
Tridipo had his man all over him, and Harley threw it where only Tridipo could catch it.
That was 24 yards. 29 yards.
First down, Mount Vernon.
First and 10 from the 15. Rylan Cole swirling around, twirling, and now being ushered back. Still a good gain.
You know, there were like 4 Newcastle players had him all wrapped up. They threw him back, and Rylan still stayed on his feet. Good athletic young man.
Good bounce for a sophomore even. That's very promising for what Coach Kirshner is trying to build here at this high school. Harley creates a lot of space. Now it evaporates. Still on his feet, fighting through. Shoves off one, can't get by the other. Dylan Beck got to him.
Beck was able to stay with Harley. But hats go off to the Newcastle secondary. Had the receivers well covered and nothing there for Harley to throw to. Instead of taking the loss, I think you would have been better off to just throw it away.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it is what it is, and now what it is 3rd and 18. The Trojan defense playing okay this drive.
Comes the blitz.
Here's the blitz. Indeed, and this one is way behind Rylan Cole, 4th and forever, but a flag is down.
Roughing the passer is what you're going to get. We've seen a lot of that this year in the NFL.
We have, and Dylan Beck made the sack, and it's against him here. A little too violent.
To the displeasure of the Newcastle coaching staff on the far side.
Please stay tuned for our halftime show coming up. Fittingly at halftime, we're going to go talk to Keith a little bit, recap this very entertaining first half, and we have a nice feature from our friends at the IHSAA, all coming up at halftime. Don't go anywhere. 1:21 to go. Until then, Cam Cole, Max Burren, Braxton Chidipo are near you. Darrell Jackson wide to the top. Harvey looking, firing, completes it to Tridipo. Inside the 5, inside the 1. Touchdown, Marauders. And right when it seems like their defense was improving, Mount Vernon's still able to slice through it.
Yeah. Able to find them the open slots, and Harley's doing a good job on connecting with the receivers tonight.
Sophomore A.J. Swingle drives his left foot in the ball, and it was just a line drive that squeaks over. Good. It's 22-10 on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Atlas Excavating. When you have public, commercial, or private utility work that needs to be done quickly and with an eye of quality, look no further than Atlas Excavating. We have the most highly trained, industrial certified master excavators with years of experience working both with public and private clients. Give Atlas Excavating a call at 765-429-4800.
Welcome back, 22-10 in favor of Mount Vernon. They just scored on a pitch and catch from Tyson Harley to Braxton Tritipo. And now here comes the restart this game. Back deep is Luke Bumbelow, but normally these kicks have been going to Lane Nicholson, number 37, who's standing on the 45-yard line. And this is floated and offsides, and the ball would have been out of bounds anyway. Here's the replay of the touchdown.
And again, Tritipo was just right there. No defenders, the defenders were playing soft coverage.
He had to make the one jump cut, and then he was gone. How did they score in that drive, Bill?
Well, I got him for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7-play drive. And then the TD pass, Harley to Tritipo, and the extra point was good. They were able to pick up 3 first downs on that drive. The drive started on Newcastle's 48-yard line.
Harley has 183 yards passing in this first half. Not too shabby.
Keeps that up the rest of the year. He's going to be knocking on that 1,000-yard mark here.
And this kick is long and deep, and Bumbelow will field it at the 15, trying to find room to the top. Juked out one. A flag comes flying. Another flag's flying. The return is out to about the 40-yard line, but I don't think that's going to matter. I'm assuming a firm block in the back.
That's what you can normally have on a kickoff like that. Jonathan saw one, and then the head referee threw one, and also. So
they were just trying to get as many flags out there as possible. 61 seconds left here in this first half. We're going to stay tuned for halftime. We get another Burtner Electric halftime sideline update.
While we're waiting, let's give that trivia question one more time.
Yes.
When was the last time an Indianapolis public school team won a football?
They have the answer. What do they need to do to
you need to tweet it at Indiana SRN.
Can I give you a hint, Bill? Just
give
to
me
help
a hint.
out our people?
Give me a hint.
It's not Ben Davis. They're not an IPS school. Barber, deep in his own territory, flips this one out. And a great run after the catch. Dakota Durkic. And has a first down. Or close to it.
Our last week's winner for the trivia question was Sandra Jones from Indianapolis.
Way to go, Sandra Jones from Indianapolis. I knew she was going to get it. I had faith in her.
You know, when I read that question last week, you just had that feeling.
Sandra's going to get this.
Sandra's going to get it.
And she did. James Thompson wide to the bottom. Regal in the slot. Bumbelow nearest the line. Barber pumping once. And that didn't go very well. Inside 50 seconds. Connor Price was there for the sack. And I believe a timeout.
There was a timeout by Newcastle.
At halftime on the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard,
we had
Ben
a
Davis
penalty,
and Zionsville are tied at 7. Brownsburg in the third quarter leads Zionsville 56-24.
Wow.
Ouch.
Does that hurt a little bit?
That's. Anywho, first and 10 for Newcastle.
There's a penalty on the Marauders.
Cheshire and Bumbelow are wide to the top. Durek, Greaser, and Thompson wide to the bottom. Barber all alone in the gun, and his team trails by 12. 46 seconds left in this first half. First and 10. Incomplete on the boundary.
He was looking for Bumbelow again over there on that side.
Fortunately, not too much time has come off the clock.
Ashton Lewis, Jonathan, is covering Bumbelow on that far side, and I'll tell you what, sticking to him like glue.
Barber. Looking on second and 10, will look down to the flat, but he overthrew his intended receiver.
Well, he threw.
That was Dakota Durek.
He threw one out there. If the cornerback could have come up, picked that off, it would have been a pick 6 for the Marauders.
That would have been rubbing it in almost. Newcastle, it seems like they don't have much room for error now. They need to be able to get something going. And who gets the ball back to begin the second half?
Mount Vernon.
So this is big.
And you only got 37 seconds to do it in.
And the band is already threatening to take the field in the far end zone just off your camera.
70 yards to go.
And third and 10. They got 37 seconds to do it. Here's the quick hitter, and that's low for Titus Regal. Fourth and 10. You'd think you almost have to punt this away, Bill.
You got to punt it away because you don't want to give Mount Vernon, you don't want to give them good field position deep in your own territory.
Only 7 completions for Barber out of 15. And we're going to keep it here during this little stoppage of action.
The wind's starting to pick up here a little bit.
Yeah, this is the whole swiveling thing I was talking about.
We got the windows open up here in the press box at Mount Vernon, and
you have the Hoosier Heritage Conference standings. I think this is something we can double check on. There's one huge, gigantic juggernaut in New Palestine, and they're 6-0, and they are. When you take the plus minus, you take how many points a team has scored, and then subtract from it the amount that they've given up.
Right.
You want to take a guess at what New Pal plus minuses is?
Go ahead, man. I know it's big.
321.
Wow.
320. They have outscored their opponents this year.
Okay, I know we're getting
321 points in 6 games.
I was thinking about this the other day. I know we're close to the end of the season,
which doesn't seem possible.
Okay, go. I'll talk about it here after this play.
36 seconds left. 4th and 10, and almost a gotta have it here for a New Pal, and they won't. It's going to be a pooch punt from Barber, fielded by Cam Cole, and he's tripped up and. Still, there you go, and the flag comes flying, and another flag. Hey, Bill, those flags are indicating for you to. What were you thinking? While we wait for word on these penalties,
I've got 2 teams.
Yes.
That I'm going to say right now, we'll look to seeing down at Lucas Oil Stadium come November, the weekend of November over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
New Pal number 1, 4A, 1A. Pioneer coming back again.
those would seem like pretty safe bets, especially the Pioneer one. So a 24.6 seconds left. Mount Vernon, plainly speaking, Bill, if they score here, it would be devastating because they get the ball back.
Yes.
With a strong wind blowing straight across the field into the booth. Harley firing. It's short of the end zone. And it's intercepted.
You know, that gust of wind that just came in, Jonathan, held that ball up, and Newcastle picked it off.
Gavin Ridge, the senior, was there, his second pick of the year, the team's 5th overall. And so, well, that's one way to prevent a back-breaking touchdown is just intercept it. 16.9 to be precise left in this first half. At the half, Warren Central over Lawrence North was that 59 to 25. 25, man. Warren Central is very good. That's another team, Bill, we might see at Indianapolis.
Absolutely. Sorry, Jerry.
Well, Barber. It's producer Jerry keeping us up to date. We got a lot of people helping us. Barber looking for a little help downfield. He's getting chased by a bunch of Marauders. Floats it downfield, and I think it was caught. It was. The clock is running, and a timeout is called. So, I believe it was Bumbelow on the catch. It's either Bumbelow or James Thompson.
I'm going to go with Bumbelow.
And so now with 5 seconds left, they got to go 55 yards. Well, Coach Bill Ludlow, what are you going to draw up here?
Hail Mary, man. Hail Mary, you know.
It's pretty precise. Let's check that Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. There's 2 locations for Titus Bakery, both on State Road 32 in Lebanon and Westfield. In southern Indiana, there's a lot of big games all over the state tonight. Heritage Hills leads Southridge 7-0. Avon leads Westfield 10-13. Evansville Memorial versus Central, the Battle of Evansville. The Memorial Tigers, defending state champions, lead 14-0. Bishop Dwenger leads Bishop Lures 15-0. Cecina over Triton Central 20-0. South Bend St. Joseph, the Indians, a little over the Cavemen of Mishawaka 21-20. And then Brownsburg still leading Zionsville 56-31. That's a lot of points. 10 seconds to go now. They've adjusted the clock.
Here comes a Hail Mary.
He needs time. He gets it off. It's a duck, and it's just short of Tristan Cheshire.
5 seconds left on the clock.
Now you got 5 seconds.
So they can try to get, so they have another shot at your Hail Mary.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, Barber, you know, we said this earlier, he's only 5'8". Maybe a little remnants of a Drew Brees.
Keyword on little.
Huh?
Keyword on little. With all due respect. Drew Brees is taller is what I'm trying to say.
But he's still got to get on his tiptoes when he throws those passes, if you've ever watched him.
He's got Cheshire wide to the bottom, Thompson wide to the top, and another timeout. Producer Jerry came in with a jab at Bill Ludlow's favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is, in fact, taller than 5'8".
Yes, he is. And he practiced this week, so, you know, look out, Buffalo Bills.
It's a frequent saying. Barber has 81 passing yards on the game so far. And his counterpart, Tyson Harley, has 183. Harley has thrown for basically 100 yards more than the team that we thought was going to be throwing it all over the field. that might be the story of this first half, Bill, is just how opposite this game has been.
And as the teams go in at halftime, we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Kirshner and Coach York of Newcastle, Coach Kirshner of Mount Vernon. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make, if any.
Two tight ends are in to block and help give Barber just enough time to get this off. There's 5.2 seconds to be precise. This is over the middle to Bumbalow. He's in trouble. He's across the 50, still on his feet and down with zeros on the clock. And that'll do it for the first half. Mount Vernon, a strong showing so far, Bill. The Marauders they've been able to do everything they've wanted so far.
They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. You know, you already talked about what Harley's done in the first half as far as throwing the ball over 100 yards. What is it, like 2 touchdown passes, I believe, he's thrown. So, Harley is the quarterback that we thought it would be Barber, eating up the air by throwing the ball tonight.
And if you look at just some of the receivers so far, Bumbalow, he has 3 catches for 58, which isn't bad. You have Cheshire has 2 catches for 45. But then you look across the field at what Mount Vernon's been doing, and Tritipo has 4 catches for 44, so that's 11 per reception. Burren has 31 on 3, and then Jackson is 97 on 3 catches.
So he's, utilizing his 3 main receivers, Harley is tonight.
And it's kind of also, just to keep underscoring how amazing this performance has been by Mount Vernon, is they spread the ball out over the course of the season. Tritipo came into the game with just 12 catches.
And how many's he got tonight?
4, but for 44 and touchdown.
So, that's good for Mike Kirshner and the Mount Vernon Marauders.
Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us for the first half. Stay tuned for the second here in Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Well, the foundation was a dream that I had when I first took over as commissioner in 2011. And one of the first questions that was asked to me upon assuming the new job was, what are you going to do to help schools? And one of those was to try to help them financially. And so we've been working on this notion of trying to help schools financially, but at the same time, try to emphasize and accentuate the education side of athletics. And we like to call ourselves education-based athletics. Because of that, we're trying to fund programming that might not necessarily be funded by a member school, such as leadership training for student athletes, coaching education for our coaches, and those types of initiatives where we can expand our breadth and depth of what we're doing, and then try to help our member schools with the students that they serve.
Well, I just joined the foundation in September. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to be part of this team and part of this program. I love high school athletics. It's been meaningful for me, my family, and my children, and I'm just thrilled for the opportunity to be part of the team. Well, I feel so excited about this opportunity because we can make a difference. And I feel like when you come into this job, for me personally, you get a chance to go make a difference in this area of the state, in all 3 of our districts, from state line to state line.
I heard about the foundation from Bobby Cox, and he called me and said, would you be interested? Well, how do you say no to an organization that your father's been involved in? I've participated. I've given lectures to coaches on athletic training and participation. So I jumped at the opportunity to give something back to the IHSAA.
Well, the foundation's set up currently to start to provide programs for schools around the state, specifically for student leadership opportunities, coach, administrator, principal, superintendent development opportunities for them as well. So some of our future plans would include raising money so we can provide scholarships for students and deserving students, also provide grants to some of the schools around the state that don't have the resources that a lot of the other bigger schools may have.
Well, obviously sports is our world here at the Indianapolis Colts, and you can't work for a pro football team without being a huge proponent of sports in general. And the things that sports teaches young people, it mirrors life in a lot of ways. It teaches teamwork and goal setting and perseverance, discipline, and it also teaches you the rewards of hard work. And there's such a high an adrenaline rush when you've achieved or been victorious or performed well after months, if not years, of preparation and hard work. And that's just one of the reasons that we support the IHSAA Foundation.
Yes, I think that quite clearly there are communities that have rallying, galvanizing impacts, and high school sports has always been that in the state of Indiana. But you also see that growing commitment around communities as they spend their evenings with their children as well as with the people that they know in their communities, and it really brings communities together. So I think that high school athletics has a significant role in positive development of our various communities around the state. You can't quite compete if you don't have the same equipment, you don't have the same resources, you don't have the same nutrition, you don't have the same sort of coaching, but you can elevate that by contributing to the IHSAA's foundation, which supports those initiatives.
Every young person deserves the opportunity just the same to participate and to be a part of things. And so the opportunity the foundation has to increase the role of student athletes in their community, to strengthen the relationship and the role and the effectiveness and the leadership of their coaches, to learn to be leaders. Being a part of a team is a great leadership development experience.
Women who are in board roles, women who are leading companies, guess what? One of the number one alignment items is leadership in played high school and probably college sports. That matters, and both of those are education-based. So it had an impact on me. I'm now a businesswoman. I also coach basketball, but having to juggle education and sports and perform both at a high level is really, really a lesson learned for life.
Education-based athletics matters, the student and the athlete. We take that seriously. The student first, the athlete second. The field of play is an extension of the classroom where these kids are learning life lessons that they will take with them for the rest of their lives.
Athletics is an extension of the classroom. And how it impacted me, I had to learn how to operate on a team. And then as I became a captain, then I had to learn how to coach and guide my colleagues. Guess what? That then happened at work, 10 and 20 and now 30 years later. You have to learn how to show up and be on time. The bus leaves. If you're not there, you can't go. Many times, the discipline and the feedback isn't maybe as harsh as it is in the classroom, and it's very quick and potentially harsh, but kind and loving and wanting to get better in sports and on the field.
I think in high school athletics, you learn a lot about leadership. I was able to be a team captain for 3 years, and I learned so much that it's not just about the position, but it's about the influence that you're able to make towards a positive change with a mission greater than yourself. And that lesson for me has been able to apply to going to Notre Dame, being a team captain there, to going and playing 5 years professionally and a year in the NBA. And there's a difference in the resilience of the athletes that played high school athletics. And there's a difference in how they're able to bounce back the day after a tough loss, or they're able to bounce back after a coach corrects them on the thing that they need to do. And the resilience and the opportunity to be able to lead in that way is something that's going to carry well past, but be able to be learned better there than it can, in my opinion, any other place.
Well, our patrons can all go to our website and they can get involved with donating to the foundation. We like to call that investing. We're investing in young people, investing in our schools. And then our schools will have an opportunity to solicit funds in the forms of grants from our foundation board, and we will entertain those grants on an annual basis and make awards based upon those requests that we receive. And we want that to be an ongoing and a growing opportunity for not only our patrons that support us at our contest in our communities, but also our member schools to identify things they feel that are important in their schools and their communities where they need additional funding and support, and that's something that the foundation can be a part of.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Back, everybody. It's Bill Ludlow, and you're about to see Keith Myers. There he is. It is 22-10 in favor of Mount Vernon. Keith, how's it going down there?
The principal was the AD, was the assistant principal. I think you was even a janitor at one time here, wasn't you?
Well, you know, anytime you're an athletic director, you're a janitor as well, cleaning up and things like that after events. So try to stay busy.
How's the school year been?
It's been a great school year. We just finished our first 9 weeks and head on to a 2-week fall break. Kids are doing great job performance in the classroom, and our athletic team's doing a super job. And just heard the band of Marauders. They're doing an outstanding job as well.
Mr. Roach, our principal at Mount Vernon High School, we appreciate Indiana SRN being here. A lot of fun, and brings back some memories to you and I, because I used to officiate with you, and it's a lot of fun just hanging out and reminiscing.
Yeah, it's good to have you guys here, and just to see you again. And back in the AD days, you're refereeing some football and baseball for me, and it's good to catch up.
Tell us a little bit about the fall program, because volleyball and football has been very successful. Other fall sports have done well. Your cross-country team's done real well. Kind of excited, getting ready for the winter?
Yeah, we're really excited. Our fall sports teams, every one of them have had outstanding years, all 8 sports that we have. And, we're gearing up for a lot of sectional action coming up, and I think we'll have some success there as well.
Let's talk about this field, a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. The stadium itself is about 18 years old and still looks fairly new, and we've kept good care of it and put the new turf field in last year, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And we're very thankful to Hancock Health. They came on, and they're our naming rights sponsor this year, so very, very thankful for them.
We appreciate that. We want to come back to do basketball, okay?
You guys are welcome anytime.
All right, we'll go back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Keith. Jonathan Mathis here, Bill Ludlow. Bill, what are some takeaways from that first half as we get ready for the second one?
Different ball game than what I thought Mount Vernon was going to bring tonight.
Very much so.
They come out throwing the ball, and not so with Newcastle. We thought they'd be the team to come out and throwing the ball, but Mount Vernon came out their first drive that they got the ball, they were able to get it at the 9:28 mark, and then in the first quarter, and 3:23 to go, Swingle comes in, kicks the first Mount Vernon points, a field goal for 3. They took the lead 3-0. They've not looked back since then, Jonathan.
Something to look forward to here, Bill, and they're going to need to do this, is Newcastle, their most explosive quarter scoring-wise all season, has been the third, where they've scored 70.
So, you've got to rely now on your third quarter. Unfortunately for Newcastle, you have to kick off to Mount Vernon to start the second half. So, we'll see if Mount Vernon can continue this high-octane offense that they've got tonight, leading 22-10.
And Mount Vernon, being led by Tyson Harley, is 10 of 17 for 183 yards passing. Not too bad for a team that we thought liked to run the football.
No, very good, passing by Harley. And, I like the routes that these receivers for Mount Vernon are running tonight. And they're hitting those soft spots on the soft coverage that Newcastle's throwing out Mount Vernon. So if Newcastle continues to throw the soft coverage, take advantage of it and attack it like you have been that first half.
Here is the kick to begin this second half. Skylar Stevenson, the excellent soccer player, sends it deep. It squeaks by Keegan LaBelle. He will now try to recover from the 15. Going all right to the 30, 35, cuts back at the 40 and whirled down by Lane Nicholson.
Man, what a return by LaBelle. When we thought they were going to be stopped back in their own territory, LaBelle find the seam, took it, and just kept breaking tacklers and gets it all the way out to the 41-yard line.
It seems like that happens not infrequently, where the player drops the ball, picks it up, and here's the 30-yarder. So here comes the Marauders. While it has felt very dominant, they only lead by 2 scores. And Ryland Cole gets it to the 45, which seems interesting, Bill, where you look at, it does feel like Mount Vernon just dominated the whole first half, but they're only up by 12.
Yeah, the Newcastle was able to find some big plays and score some points other than field goals in that first half. And if you're Mount Vernon now, you want to maybe take it to the field, rush it, eat some of that clock. So Harley's going to throw it.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. He almost throws an interception. Coming up slowly is Mason Hardwick. I think it skipped through and hit him in a little tender spot. So that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Mount Vernon. Wide to the top is Cam Cole.
If Mount Vernon can get a receiver, because there's no coverage deep down for Newcastle. Looks like they want to show a blitz, but then the linebacker moves back to his linebacking spot.
And, man, all over him was Dylan Beck. He got a sack in the first half, got a roughing the passer also in the first, and he was all over Ryland Cole that time.
There was some adjustment, a little bit of adjustments that Coach York made in that, at halftime.
And the defense vastly improved. Maybe something encouraging for the visiting Trojans. Back to punt is Ratliff. And he sends it into the night. Greaser will field it across the 20, gets to the 25, a little running room to the 30, and he lunges out of bounds. He'll be marked at about the 31. And here comes Newcastle. Bill, what are you hoping for if you are a Newcastle supporter, of which there are several across the field?
Let Barber open it up. See what kind of, coverage, Mount Vernon's going to throw at you. And you rely on Bumbalow, the big receiver for your Newcastle Trojans.
Barber has completed 50% of his passes, 9 of 18 so far for 91 yards, far below his average. There's still a ton of time, and they'll begin by handing it off to Gage Burke. He gets in a late flag just flicked in.
Might have been a face mask maybe in there.
For the moment, Burke got about a yard. There is that flag hanging out on the 32-yard line. And the word is confirmed by Rudy Combs. Face mask against the Marauders. And it's an incidental 5-yard gain.
Is that when you go back to the official and say, I didn't, why are you throwing the flag? I didn't mean to.
I think that's exactly what happened, sir. The ref goes, my bad, and the player goes, my bad, and the ref's like, okay. 1st and 5. Barber. That's incomplete. Just a bit outside of his intended receiver, Titus Regal, which seems to be a pretty common theme for this game so far.
Yeah,
he and Regal have not been able to get on the same page.
And him and Barber was only able to connect with Bumbelow on that one.
Thompson and Greaser wide to the bottom. Regal's up to the top with Bumbelow. On 2nd and 5. That's Bumbelow, and it's a little short of the first down by about 3 yards. So a little methodical dink and dunk. No urgency displayed by Newcastle. And truthfully, they don't really need much urgency at this point in the game.
We're early here in the third quarter.
And 2-possession game, that's all it is for the moment. Thompson is in the slot, or towards us, excuse me. Barber on the option, pitches it back. Looking for room, not getting much, and thumped out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Short of the first down was Durick.
You're that close. I think if you're Newcastle, you got to go for it. Go ahead and go for it.
About a yard. A full yard. No, they gave him the first down. Never mind.
They're giving it to him.
Well, maybe their perception was a little bit more accurate down on the field, Bill.
We got the eagle eyes up here and everything. And
Bumbelow, Regal, and Cheshire wide to the top. Thompson wide to the bottom. 1st and 10 with 9 minutes to go in this first quarter. But wait. A flag. I believe a delay of game.
Yep, they got to reset the play clock.
So it stays. 3 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Newcastle got a strong stop on the Mount Vernon's first drive of this second half. This is a dump down to Durick. Jukes out one, jukes out another, still moving, and now is wrestled down inside that big circle towards midfield at about the 44-yard line. He ran a long distance to get 3 yards.
He went 20-some yards, right? Like you said, for 3 yards.
He was showing his agility.
But the linebackers were up on the line, ready to blitz, and then they backed out at the last second because they knew Barber was going to dunk it off there.
Barber will hand it off. This one to his main back, Gage Burke. He doesn't get much at all. With his long hair flowing in the backfield.
Long blonde hair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's billowing in the wind. 8 minutes to go here in the third.
We could sing that song, couldn't we?
We could.
Somebody told me one time, who's singing that song? I told them, they said, let them sing it, okay?
Inside 8 minutes. And like in the first half, a drive currently stalling for the Trojans. Barber needs to come up with a lot on third, and it's picked.
The linebacker went up into the line again, and then at the last second backed out, and Barber didn't pick up on it, and when he threw it, there was the defender to intercept it.
The senior, Kenny Dobbins, was there for the interception. And now Mount Vernon with great field position. That's Barber's second pick of the game.
They're going to start on Newcastle's 43.
Trinipo wide to the top. Darrell Jackson with 3 catches and 97 yards at the bottom. Don't worry about them. Here's Rylan Cole. And a flag is tossed in.
This one might come back. It might be a hold on the Marauders. It was. So that will negate the run of Rylan Cole,
who currently has 69 yards on 15 carries. 6th penalty of the game overall.
So you could say that it's been a pretty clean game.
It has. It just seems whenever Newcastle gets something going, it just stalls out offensively for the most part. And I've only had one really good defensive stop, and that came earlier this quarter. 7:25 to go. The throw from Harley, and now it's almost picked, but it's breaking away to the 25, to the 15, 10, maybe the pylon. Down at the 1.
Right at the 1. I don't know, man. He hit that pylon, but they're going to mark him down at the 1 yard line. Nice pass by Harley.
What a play. Here it is again. Nice play by P.J. Sterrett. Just rumbling down the field.
Again, if Newcastle's going to give you the soft look, take advantage of it.
That was 52 yards, Bill. 1st and goal. And about 2 feet and 11 inches to go for it.
And we're going to get a timeout.
We're going to take a break with them here at Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
Welcome back, folks. Jonathan Mathis, Bill Ludlow, a cast of dozens here in Mount Vernon, and Mount Vernon's looking to extend their already 2-possession lead, and they don't have far to go. In as a blocking back is Kenny Dobbins. The tailback is Rylan Cole. The big play, man. P.J. Sterrett is on the near side. Max Byrne is on the far side in the H-back positions. Harley will keep it himself and put it in the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Vernon. Just as you drew it up, eh, Bill?
Yes, Rylan Cole. A 1-yard TD plunge.
So 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in this third quarter. Mount Vernon extends their lead.
And Jonathan, they got the ball back at the 7:41 mark. So 2 plays, touchdown.
That's what happens when you throw a 50-plus yard, 55-yard play. Swingle on for the extra point. It's up, it's through, and we're going down to Keith Myers.
With us is Steve Mozinga, one of our play-by-play guys and a guy that's done color all year with us. Had the night off, huh?
I did. It's been nice to hang out with you a little bit tonight.
You see behind the scenes of what we do at Indiana SRN and the webcast with Jerry and all the things that's going on. A lot of big productions. Kind of fun to be around it.
It sure is fun. It's a lot of fun, and it is getting chilly out here too.
Let's talk a little bit about the teams and the sectional play. Sectional draws in a couple of weeks. Some good teams from 6A all the way down to 1A. Who's the best team you've seen this year?
Best team I've seen, probably Beech Grove. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Beech Grove, and had it not been for a little setback there in the fourth quarter against Cecina, they're undefeated this year. So I like Beech Grove. I like what they can do. It'd be interesting to see how they finish up the season.
This Marauder team's pretty good, giving Newcastle all they can in 4A.
They are, and I think they've done a scouting report. They're keeping the ball away from Bumbalo. He's the big guy, big gun for Newcastle. So yeah, they're doing a great job with that.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Keith. Some updates on the Indiana SRN scoreboard. These are the games that we are broadcasting. Southport was leading Terre Haute North at the half, 21-7. Harrison at the end of the fourth. It's final. Excuse me, that's an even quicker update. Harrison beats McCutcheon 17-7. LaPel is winning a squeak over Heritage Christian 35-0 in the third quarter, going into the fourth. And Covenant Christian leads Shortridge 35-6. And holy smokes, he kicked that to the next county. Here's the replay. Look at this keeper. And by keeper, I mean the giver to Ryland Cole.
Looks like he went off the right side, the right tackle over there, and just ran it in for the touchdown.
Beech Grove leads Ritter 36-22 at the start of the fourth quarter. And it's 1st and 10. An important drive for Newcastle, needing to show some life here in the second half.
Got to find some way to get Bumbalo into the mix here if you want to come back.
Barber moves Burke over. Tailback position. He'll keep it. He'll throw it and just miss Tristan Cheshire.
Just threw that out of the reach of Cheshire. And again, whatever Mount Vernon's coaching staff did, they have taken the big guy Bumbalo out of this offense for Newcastle.
Bumbalo just has 4 catches. Quarterback Drew Barber, sub 50. He's under 50% passing.
You're jumping around the offense or the defensive line.
They drop into a zone though. It is to Tresher. And he gets across the 25 to about the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. A nice pitch and catch on second down, and the Trojans need a lot of that.
So, you see the offenses and the defenses that come up and they line up, and then what you want to do is you want to play a little chess match here, try to do some mismatches and everything. But it's working right now for Mount Vernon, for Newcastle. A little slow, and the clock is against them, I would say right now, by being down 29-10.
On 3rd and 3, looking for Cheshire, a nice catch. He had to reach back, lunging backwards to reel it in for the first down.
That's a good sign of a good receiver. You see your quarterback in trouble, he throws it, you come back to it, and that's what Cheshire did to pick up a first down for the Trojans.
It's his 24th catch of the year for Cheshire. On 1st and 10. And way behind James Thompson, but a flag comes in. And the referees in the stands in Old Gold don't like it. Ashton Lewis, who has played a brilliant game as a cornerback so far, was caught, given a little too handsy.
Just had to hand around him just a little bit. Anytime that happens, you're going to get a penalty.
And it's now can the question, which so far this game, the Trojans haven't been able to follow this up, but can they keep this momentum going, Bill?
They've got to. You know, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about this one. You know, you're down 29-10. You've got to find some offense.
Cheshire on the far boundary on the opposite sideline from you, our dear viewer. Barber pumps that way. Now we'll throw it to Cheshire, but just misses him again. This one was thrown behind him. It would have taken another spectacular catch for Cheshire. All for naught.
You know, and what we've seen this week in films of Barber, you know, he just hadn't been sharp tonight.
That's true. From the top to the bottom, Cheshire, Bumbelow, Regal, Greaser, Thompson. And here's Drew Barber. That's Greaser. And he gets it to the 45-yard line. Tackle made by Cole Schneider. It's third and manageable.
Just a little slant run there by Cheshire. You know, you got to keep this drive going there, Trojans, if you're going to make it.
Here's a big third down. And 6 on the scoreboard. Number 5, Barber, and incomplete. Luke Bumbleout wanted the flag, and it didn't come. Brings up fourth down.
The minute that hit the turf, you know, he bounced right up looking at the official, but you know, this group that we've got tonight doing an excellent job.
So with 5:13 to go in the third quarter, mark this moment. It's going to be big for both of these teams, potentially. Marauders looking for a potentially devastating stop. Newcastle looking for new life. The pass, bobbled, caught!
And there's a penalty flag coming in.
Luke Bumbelow inside the 30.
Now we wait on the call. Going to be a pass interference.
And they're looking to Newcastle sidelines, so it's going to play. 5 catches for 67 yards for the senior. Excellent basketball player, although one of his coaches thinks he should stick to football, and that's why.
It was a pass interference on Mount Vernon, and Newcastle declined it.
Continuing the momentum, second best drive of the game so far for the Trojans. They scored a touchdown the last time. Inside 5 minutes in the third. And a flag. And this gives us an opportunity to remind you folks that Indiana SRN broadcasts more than 300 sporting events a year in central Indiana. And we need your assistance. Located on our webpage is a donate button. If you would like to see more sports such as this on Indiana SRN, please consider making a donation. Every dollar raised goes to getting more games on the air. On behalf of our team, we thank you. Indiana SRN, we are always in the game.
False start on Newcastle. Backs them up 5.
1st and 15.
Showing blitz again.
Over the middle. Intercepted! Cam Cole. Right to him. And it's celebratory flag. A very late flag. Right to him, Bill.
It was right to him. Remnants of the last time he threw it also. I just don't think Barber is reading the defense.
He had 1 interception all season. 3 tonight, and if you add up the last 2 weeks, all 4 of his interceptions this season have come in these last 2 weeks.
So could you say that Barber's saying, let's get these 2 weeks over with, let's start anew come Monday?
Well, they still have,
we'll
4
Sunday.
minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter. The Trojans needing a big stop. On the reverse, north towards the near sideline, trying to cut back and wrapped up. And down was Cole McDaniel on the tackle.
Peyton Chase, the ball carrier.
So here you go. You're Mount Vernon. You're up 29-10. Late in the third quarter. You just want to continue to grind this one out. And just as I say that, they're probably going to come in and throw the ball.
And Cam Cole is a little tardy, but gets on. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. Inside 4 minutes on the game clock. The pass to the boundary. That's Braxton knocked out of bounds. Tripito, easy for me to say. I was doing so well. So new set of downs for the Marauders. Finals from our family of networks. Beech Grove 49, Cardinal Ritter 28, Covenant Christian 42, Shortridge 13.
The Warriors again undefeated. We seen them last week.
They weren't in the top 10 yet. Likely they are now. Here's a pitch and catch out to Cam Cole. Wrapped up, but he almost broke free from Colin Holcomb before he was able to grapple him to the ground. Brings up second and manageable.
Second down.
As we approach the 3:30 mark here in the third quarter.
Three minutes, 20 seconds left in the third. And Newcastle shows blitz. Hand off to Rylan Cole. He ran into his own man and was able to be grabbed up by two Trojans. Dylan Beck was one of them. Another update from our family of networks. Traders Point 46. Rock Creek, well, they showed up, 0.
It's another first down for the Marauders.
First and 10 for Mount Vernon. Harley hands it off. Rylan Cole hit once, twirls around, and down across the 40 at the 41.
Say he picked up 4 on the play, and we're just going to continue to grind this one out. We're just about at the 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
It's 75 yards on 18 carries for Rylan Cole. Not quite the 151-yard performance, but very effective nevertheless. Harley looking downfield, gets it off. It's going to be close to a first down. He has it. Peyton Chase, the senior, is right at that line. But
it looks like
there's a flag down.
And they are bringing this one back, so
never mind, Peyton. So let's just check our Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Some scores from around the state that we've been following. Finals, all of them. Cecina beats Triton Central 20-0. Carmel 21, Ben Davis 7. Lutheran 22, Monrovia 10. New Pal, yikes, 77-7 over Shelbyville. Tri-West 16, North Montgomery 12, Avon 20, Westfield 13, Mooresville 21, Whiteland 17, Decatur Central 40, Greenwood 18, Fishers 17, Franklin Central 12, and Noblesville 21, Hamilton Southeastern 7. Here's the screen set up for Mount Vernon. Is working out just fine for Rylan Cole. He's to the 45, whirling to the 50. First down, Marauders.
What a little screen pass from Harley to Cole. Picks up that first down as we're coming close to the end of the third quarter.
We're coming close to another update from our intrepid Burtner Electric sideline reporter Keith Myers. $1:15 left in the third. Mount Vernon rolling along. Confusion there. Harley's in trouble. He almost got away from it, but then a bunch of players were there, including Colin Holcomb and Braden Miller.
A little miscommunication down there.
I think the snap was also a little high. It kind of hit him in the helmet. Second and 10. Clock running. Mount Vernon currently in control. Tripito in motion. He's going to get on the handoff on the jet sweep and lost a couple.
That went for nothing there.
It actually went for less than nothing. Nicholas Greaser was on the tackle for the Trojans. And that will do it for this third quarter. And a big one where Newcastle needed some points. They've scored 70 on the year, but it stays at 70. 29-10 in favor of the Marauders on Indiana SRN.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
Here we are with Jordan Sales. She's the cheerleading sponsor, and you guys are ready for some competition this week.
Yeah, we're really excited to get up to Purdue this Sunday for our first competition, to get the girls in front of a crowd and on the mat in front of some judges. So we're excited to see what happens.
It might be a lot warmer in the gym than out here.
Oh, it's a little chilly out here tonight.
First year here, what's the routine? Girls really following up the spirit and got this crowd in a frenzy a little bit.
We do. They're a really great group of girls. They are always willing to work as hard as we need them to work for whatever we need. So they show great sportsmanship and have great school spirit all the time. So
state championships coming up as well. You're looking forward to that?
Yeah, we're really excited. We're hoping that top 5 finish would be ideal, but always looking for that first place finish. So
hey guys, if you ever need another announcer, she's got some experience.
Oh, okay.
Back up to you guys.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Here comes the big 3rd and 12. Harley close to a first down, I believe a little short. Greaser made sure of it. Tripito on the catch. And it will be 4th down and about 2. Well, there's one of the stops they need, Bill.
Yep. That's but on the other hand, when you get the ball, you got to be productive on it with it.
Greaser and Bumbelow back to try to reel this one in. It bounces and takes a Newcastle bounce for being down. And that is where the Trojans will take over. Bill, a couple big games going on in college football around this state. Indiana 3-1 at Rutgers 1-3. If you're a Hoosiers fan, you'd hope they'd get that. A lot of people are expecting Purdue to go on the road to Nebraska and get a victory, their second of the year. Ball State welcomes Kent State to Muncie, and number 8 Notre Dame and number 7 Stanford on NBC at 7:30. Needing 19. Barber's in the gun. First and 10. It's a handoff, and it doesn't go for much. Gage Burke maybe got a yard or two.
Yeah, but that front line of the defense for Mount Vernon, you know, you got Sterrett, Price, and Burheen.
Second and 10. Looking deep. And intercepted! The fourth of the game! This one going the distance! Touchdown, Marauders!
A pick six.
Ryland Cole, his third of the year, second of the game. And we were just about to tell you about our unified football coverage kicking off beginning tomorrow at 1 o'clock. It's a very awesome program that we are proud to be able to bring you here on Indiana SRN. And then that happened, and here's the extra point. That's up. And good. 36-10. And we'll be back in a second on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Thanks to Rick McIntyre and McIntyre Imaging for their support of Christian radio and sports. Their service is capturing moments in time and images that provide a record of the celebrations, blessings, and gifts the Lord has given. McIntyre Imaging Products gives their clients a snapshot of life for family and future generations. You may reach Rick and his staff at McIntyre Imaging at www.mcintyreimaging.com.
Six to 10 off a dramatic pick six that really blew this one wide open.
Yeah, there's 10:29 to go here in the ball game. Not much more you can do now.
Except for score a lot of points if you're the Trojans. This kick is designed to keep it out of Luke Bumbelow's hands. Doesn't work. He's to the 30. It doesn't get much further, and this does let us give an opportunity to talk about the Unified Football League. It's a wonderful program. It pairs a partnership with the Special Olympics and local area high schools, where they pair some Special Olympians with area athletes, and then they compete against each other, and they're in their sectionals, and those begin tomorrow here on Indiana SRN. The webcast, too, I believe. 3 whole sectional games begin at 1 o'clock on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. First and 10. Barber has thrown 4 more interceptions than he had all year. Only had 1. On first and 10, this is over Bumbelow. And here's how we got to 36 on a pick six. This is Barber, and this is Ryland Cole.
And again, I don't know what Barber was looking at on that interception, but
he threw on hope, Bill. Threw on hope.
I think Newcastle next week has Mount Vernon.
No, they have New Pal.
Oh, they are New Pal, yeah.
And then
yeah,
they
that's
go.
What I meant. Yeah.
They go to Greenfield Central, who is yet to win a game. Mount Vernon hosts Shelbyville right here. That's through the arms of the intended receiver. Then they go to Yorktown. And this gives us a moment to talk about our Aspen Creek Grill question once again. Fire that one off.
Yeah, when was the last time an Indianapolis public school team
You can, if you know the answer, you can give it a shot. Tweet it to at Indiana SRN. Winners will be selected later. This is Luke Bumbelow. And he got about 3 yards and was driven back 5. Seth Gillen on the tackle, the senior, bringing up 4th down. Some more finals from around the state on the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. North Central 26, Lawrence Central 7. This one was not close. Center Grove 51, Pike 30, Roncalli 31, Bloomington North 14. There's the interception once again. Plainfield 40, Franklin 39. Here's the punt. Almost blocked. It'll be fielded with running room for the Marauders, but he's upended at the 43-yard line. Titus Bakery, 2 locations on State Road 32 in Lebanon, Westfield, where donuts are made the old-fashioned way since 1980. Another reader. Indiana SRN broadcasts more than 300 sporting events in central Indiana, and we need your assistance. Located on our webpage is a donate button. If you would like to see more sports, such as this one, on Indiana SRN, please consider making a donation. Every dollar raised will go to getting more games on the air. On behalf of our team, we thank you. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. Cam Cole and Max Byrne are near us. Darrell Jackson is far away. This will be held by Harley, then clutched and thrown across the 50 to Cam Cole. The tackle by Nicholas Greaser, excuse me. His brother is a backup quarterback and not on the field at the moment. 9 minutes to go in this one.
Just when I thought Mount Vernon would keep it on the ground, chew up some clock, they come out throwing.
Well, I know, a little bit of a rivalry game in conference. These teams have been playing against each other for a while. Mount Vernon has only lost once to Newcastle. They have a 4-1 advantage. Rylan Cole fighting for a first down and is down at the 45. Mason Hardwick on the stop for the Trojans.
You know, you talk about our unified game, tomorrow, and then
at 1 o'clock.
Tomorrow evening we got the Noblesville Homeschool Lions.
Ah, yes.
Taking on Tri-State. That game's at 6:30 tomorrow.
We got a full slate of action tomorrow. You don't have to go anywhere. And Bill, you have a certain familial connection in that game, don't you?
Yeah, I got a grandson that plays for the Noblesville Lions. So
that'll be fun. So that's tomorrow evening. We got the Unified Football League in the afternoon. Full slate of coverage on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
The Lions will be on the road next week up in Michigan. I'll make the road trip.
It's a little bit of a hike. Strong run and a stronger tackle by Steven Spears. Senior drove him down.
Got him back to the original line of scrimmage on that one.
So a 7:55 to go. Second and 10.
You know, I look down on the sideline. Shipley, the backup quarterback's calling in the plays, giving hand signals to Harley.
And Steven Spear delivers another hit, this time to Keegan LaBelle, who's able to fight forward for a decent game. Some baseball score updates. It's coming up on the pennant race. The Milwaukee Brewers in the bottom of the 5th lead the Detroit Tigers 5-3. The Cubs won today 8-4. And the Orioles shockingly lost today to Houston 2-1.
No way.
Baltimore is not good.
What are they, like 60 games out?
It doesn't, at least. Just delay a game. Speaking of, let's just get Bill's take on who he thinks is going to win some of these NFL games. 1 o'clock. The Indianapolis Colts are favored by a point against the winless Houston Texans. Bill?
Colts.
Excellent. Good pick. The New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars favored by a touchdown.
Jaguars.
Here is the first down play across the 30. Keegan LaBelle moving forward, turning the clock. The Miami Dolphins visit the New England Patriots.
Patriots.
They are favored. Bill is picking the favorites at the moment. Philly's the favorite on the road against the Titans by a field goal.
Go Phillies.
Here's another handoff. LaBelle across the 25, just short of the first down, bringing up third and very manageable. Packer fan Bill Ludlow, the Packer favored by a touchdown and a field goal over the Buffalo Bills, who destroyed the Minnesota Vikings the previous week. Are they going to do the same thing in Lambeau?
No. It's going to be Packers. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb.
Curly Lambeau. 5.5 to go. Pitch out to LaBelle. Fights forward across the first down, and a flag comes flying in.
As 3 defenders for Newcastle get up off the turf, and now we wait for the call from the official. Face mask. Oh, on Newcastle or on Mount Vernon.
I don't see that one very much, and Mike Kirshner does not like it. But the Cowboys hosting the Lions, both are 1 and 2.
Got to go with the Cowboys.
On Fox at also 1 o'clock. Chicago, the Bears, are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the most in vogue offense in the NFL, save for the team in Kansas City.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
3rd and 16.
Saw some high-powered offenses last night, the Rams and the Vikings.
Yeah, 38-31 in favor of the Rams. And what a hit. Luke Bumbelow was all over that tackle. And the referees in Old Gold thought there should have been some penalty of some fashion. The Atlanta Falcons are favored against the 2-1 Cincinnati Bengals. The Falcons are 1 and 2, but it's in Atlanta.
Oh, man. Probably go with the Falcons.
4 o'clock games. Seattle Seahawks at winless Arizona. This punt almost blocked again. That's been a trend. It'll check up at the 30 and roll back. And Newcastle's going to have tremendous field position, although it is very late.
Yep. Time's ticking down. 5:20 to go.
Dennis Bakery.
Welcome back, everybody. Nick Greaser catches a first down pass from Drew Barber. Close to a first down, about a yard or two short. Ball marked on the 46. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in this one. It had Mount Vernon a dominant performance for most of the game. This is Bumbelow. He has the first down across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Still fighting are the Trojans.
Yeah, once Mount Vernon got on the board early in that first quarter with the field goal, you know, they have never looked back. Great performance here by the Mount Vernon Marauders.
And they came at a strong time. They had two very tough losses to New Palestine, who hasn't had tough losses to them, and then Delta before getting another interception. Austin Lewis still going. He's got a lot of running room. He's got a blocker with him. And Bill's right.
Second pick six of the quarter.
Fifth interception of the game for Newcastle.
Austin Lewis on the interception, pick six.
Holy smokes.
He had a convoy of blockers in front of him.
He didn't even need them. 42-10 for the moment. Kick is up. Kick is good. And we'll be back in just a little bit. 43-10 in favor of Mount Vernon on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Welcome back, everybody. Mount Vernon has blown Newcastle away here in the fourth quarter.
And just like the wind blew the ball off the tee out there, as the Swing will have to go back and re-tee it up. Not what we were expecting coming in here tonight, Jonathan,
No.
after looking at everything and studying these teams all week.
No, not in the slightest. And we both thought that the offenses were going to play well, but not to the degree that Mount Vernon looks so dominant. That kick is out of bounds, and I think one of the Mount Vernon players got clotheslined by a ref.
So now this football will be placed at the 40, I believe.
So check this out, Bill. Tyson Harley, 17 of 25 for 291 yards.
Ooh.
That'll do it. That is easily
And
Mount Vernon's most prolific passing performance of the year.
He had 787 coming into the game passing yards.
The most they had thrown this season was 269 in their win against Greenfield Central. So Drew Barber. It's not Drew Barber. Here's a patch from Will Greaser, and that's a nice catch by his brother, Nick Greaser. That is Will Greaser's fourth completion of the year. Next week, Bill, we've got a pretty promising matchup, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Two teams that are undefeated, Covenant Christian and Traders Point. Looking forward to that matchup. Hope you'll join us.
That's at Traders Point, I believe, Jonathan.
Here's Greaser, throws this one over the middle, and it's going to be just short of the first down. But Covenant Christian, they were just on the outside of the top 10 in Class 1A. They've been rising all year long. It is their fifth year after being just reconstituted, really, and it's a great story. And Traders Point is also undefeated. They've entered the getting some votes in the AP poll. So we have 2 teams, one very likely to be ranked by the time we kick off next week, and that'll be here on Indiana SRN, the webcast, same bat time, same bat channel. Will Greaser throws this one tipped and almost intercepted.
So
Brent Donaldson tipped it.
How many passing yards did you say Harley has?
291. In other words, that is 291 more passing yards than you and I have combined this evening.
With that,
for our producer Jerry's for his entire life.
And with that, he is now for the year over 1,000 yards.
Oh, that's good. And he was over 1,000 last year too. He threw for over 2,000.
Had 787 coming into the game tonight.
4th and 2, and a first down. Will Greaser still going, hops over one. Get off me! Down at the 43-yard line, maybe the 42.
I think the way Greaser hurdled over that defender, he might run some track for Newcastle.
He might. Caden Bensheimer was not hurdled. He made the tackle. Inside 4 minutes to go. And if you just look at Newcastle, a little post-mortem here, they just weren't able to sustain anything. And this joins the long list of dominant, one team being dominant, the other one just not being able to put the points up that we've seen as kind of a trend in Indiana high school football this season. Greaser to Greaser. Twirls by one and lunges forward. Nice play to about the 37-yard line.
Looks like those 2 young men probably did that in the backyard growing up, you know.
Yeah, they would probably know each other pretty well.
Looks like Sean Shipley, for the backup quarterback for Mount Vernon, down along the sidelines was tossing the ball. So he may come in for Harley.
I don't know if he'll have time. Greaser completes it, another first down to Bumbelow, and he has the first down across the 30 to the 26-yard line.
8th play of the drive coming up here for Newcastle. It'll be a little too late here as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Thompson and Nick Greaser are nearest you on the camera. Will Greaser's the quarterback. The sophomore eludes one rusher, throws with his left hand to his brother. He skips by one defender but was caught and wrestled down inside the 10. Go the Trojans.
Picks up another first down. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
2 minutes left. Greaser. Over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Trojans. Titus Regal. Spelled with a Y. And they're not giving up, Bill. They're still fighting.
Well, that's what you want. Under 2 minutes to go.
Looking for a 2-point conversion here. Why not? Will Greaser. Looks for his brother, now looks for Bumbelow, double coverage and incomplete. So with 1:48 remaining in this game, the Marauders Bill, we just saw Covenant Christian. It feels like last week.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Traders Point yet.
Haven't seen Traders Point at all this year. Don't know too much about them. Just
yet, but we will.
But they're undefeated. But as Jonathan and I will start Sunday as we start to prepare for that game next week.
Fun little story as some of the student section, which is celebrating, they the student section, there's no seats in their section of the bleachers. They took them all out because they broke one last week. And so now everybody has to Dougie
stand up
on this, just stand up. And here is Will Greaser to Titus Regal. $1:48 to go. We're going to restart this game. Skylar Stevenson, the kicker. Deep down the field, fielded by Keegan LaBelle at the 10 to the 30.
We get some running
35, and that is where Mount Vernon will start and most likely close out this game.
Run their record to 4-3 on the year, and Newcastle will go to 4-3.
That sounds familiar.
So
Sean Shipley will be a quarterback. He is 17 of 35 for 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far this year. Again, Mount Vernon will face a relatively easier end of the year. They have Shelbyville at home next week, who's 1-5, and then they go finish the regular season at Yorktown, 3-3. To the far sideline, looking for a first down and more across midfield. Keegan LaBelle.
First and 10, Mount Vernon in Trojan territory.
Newcastle will have a very tough one. This was a tough stretch for the Trojans. They lost last week to Delta 49-14. They're going to lose this one. And then they play next week hosting New Pal. And that's going to be tough. And there's the first knee, and we're only going to need to see about one more.
Yeah, we was approach the 1 minute mark, and again, Mount Vernon will go to 4-3 on the year, and Newcastle also will go 4-3. So, you know, on senior night here at Mount Vernon, and you upset an arch rival.
And it's sometimes you see this. We saw this last week. Homecoming at Heritage Christian and Covenant Christian came in and spoiled it. But Mount Vernon, they delivered, Bill. They delivered in spades. And another knee, and that will likely do it. And so, Mike Kirshner, in his first year at Mount Vernon after a wonderful stretch at Ben Davis, when he 11 years as the head coach, he won 95 games there, 2 state titles, including the undefeated 2017 team that was one of the greatest in the history of the state. He gets his 4th win here at Mount Vernon, his 113th overall.
Had a pretty good quarterback at Ben Davis last year in Reese Taylor.
They're an excellent team, and that's the final horn off in the distance. So, Bill, let's get a couple quick takes. What was some of your takeaways? What did you learn about? What did you learn about Mount Vernon tonight that you didn't know?
They can be powerful, you know, when they can, and they definitely showed that tonight. And I like the way Harley found these receivers.
And let's talk a little bit more about Mount Vernon. Keith Myers,
nice
take
win.
it away.
Oh, great win. Great win for the kids, great win for the community. I'm happy. Played hard, played a good football team. They throw around. They put us in a lot of different positions that causes conflict. But we had 5 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. I really like the way we responded in the second half.
Weather changed a lot. It seems like you guys got fired up. They got a little bit cold, and it seems like you kids came to hit a little bit harder in the second half.
Yeah, we played pretty physical ball. The wind did change. It kind of changed the game on when you could throw, when you couldn't. I wasn't kind of expecting this wind tonight. You know, I thought it was going to be pretty calm all night, but good win for us, good win for the program. We got to get back to work tomorrow and get ready for the next one.
Thanks for having Indiana SRN. I know you wanted us out here. We enjoyed being here. We want to come back.
Oh, I'm excited you guys showed up, and I appreciate you covering Mount Vernon football.
You bet. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, coaches. And some final stats to wrap this all up. Tyson Harley finished with 291 yards passing. Rylan Cole had 84 on the ground for the Marauders. Braxton Tratipo had 61 receiving, and Darrell Jackson had 97 on 3-hole catches for Newcastle. Drew Barber had 129 on a bunch of throws, and unfortunately for them, 5 interceptions. On the ground, or in the air, Luke Bumbelow had 77 yards, and Gage Burke had 42 on the ground. So on behalf of everyone here at Indiana SRN, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we want to thank everyone at Mount Vernon for welcoming us. And so, if we can give a little thank you to our producer, Jerry Collins, Wayne Walker with the stats, Riley Thomason on the camera, Christy Lubuck updating us with some scores, watching from home, Deb Myers for being one of our biggest fans, if not the biggest, most likely the biggest, my spotter, Tom St. Amand, Keith Myers prowling the sidelines, our color commentator, Bill Ludlow. I'm Jonathan Mathis. I want to thank you for joining us this evening here at Indiana SRN and at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, the winner, emphatically, 43-16. Next week, we will be on the northwest side for Traders Point hosting Covenant Christian in a battle of undefeateds. We hope you'll join us there. And we say goodnight from here at Mount Vernon. I'm Jonathan Mathis. So long. See you next week on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.